Don't wait for officials. Prepare now. Build a go bag. Water, flashlight, cash, meds, ID. Know your evacuation routes. Sign up for local emergency alerts. If water rises, leave. Don't hesitate. Don't drive through it. Help your neighbors, especially the elderly. Stay connected, stay aware, and share this video, because the more people who see it, the more lives we may save. This wasn't an isolated freak event. It was a symptom of a broken climate system and a broken city system. Climate change is making storms wetter, faster, deadlier. Cities are paving over natural drainage, and funding for flood defense is often last on the budget. New York and New Jersey aren't exceptions. They're the front lines. And this flood, it was a glimpse of what's coming, not just here, but in every coastal city from Miami to Boston to San Francisco. We can no longer afford to be surprised. We must expect it, prepare for it, and adapt. The water recedes, but the damage deepens. Mold begins forming in hours. Power outages last for days. Sewage contamination spreads disease, and trauma lingers. Families return to ruined homes, carpets black with sludge, furniture upended, food spoiled, memories lost. FEMA arrived late. Insurance companies delayed payments. For many renters, no coverage at all. Landlords blamed tenants. Tenants blamed officials. Meanwhile, volunteers distributed bottled water and bleach. Local churches served hot soup. But the need kept growing, and the rain wasn't done yet. Thousands of emergency responders mobilized. The National Guard flew helicopters over Newark and Staten Island. Firefighters waded through shoulder-high water in Queens. Local residents formed chains to pull neighbors to safety. But even with all hands on deck, it wasn't enough. 911 lines were jammed. Rescue boats ran out. In some towns, civilians rescued more people than officials. At one point, entire apartment complexes were left untouched for hours, the stairwells filling floor by floor, until only rooftops remained. People waved flashlights out of windows. They wrote, "Help," in towels on rooftops. And many waited, alone. And who's forgotten? The headlines counted property damage, but the real story was people. A grandmother in Jersey City drowned in her basement apartment. A delivery driver in Brooklyn was swept into a storm drain while trying to help others. An entire summer camp near Patterson had to be evacuated by boat. Some kids missing for hours before being found. Hospitals filled with patients suffering from hypothermia, cuts, infections. Shelters ran out of dry clothes within an hour. Some people arrived with nothing but the soaked clothes on their backs. And for the undocumented, the elderly, the poor, the help came late or never. The flood didn't just expose our infrastructure, it exposed our inequality. Who lives where? Who gets warned? Who gets rescued first? And who's forgotten? Weather alerts were issued, but late. Flood warnings came minutes before the worst surge. Many residents got nothing at all. Why? Because our forecasting systems can't keep up with how fast storms evolve in today's climate. The U.S. Northeast has seen a 60% increase in extreme rainfall events over the past 5 decades. Our infrastructure, subways, drainage, roads, was built for a climate that no longer exists. Most stormwater systems in New York and New Jersey were designed in the early 1900s for less than 1.5 inches of rain per hour. This storm dropped nearly double that in under 45 minutes. That's not just a gap, that's a recipe for collapse. And the cost? Homes destroyed, lives lost, and communities left to clean up the aftermath alone. From Brooklyn to Hoboken, waters surged through streets with terrifying speed. Cars floated, basement windows shattered, entire neighborhoods vanished under brown, rushing floodwaters. In New York City, subway tunnels became underground rivers. Dozens of trains were halted mid-track. Some passengers stood in darkness, waist-deep in rising water, unsure if help was coming. In New Jersey, towns like Passaic, Newark, and Jersey City were swallowed block by block. Emergency dispatchers fielded thousands of panicked calls. "We're trapped in the attic. The baby's crib is underwater. We can't open the door." On highways, the FDR Drive, I-78, and Garden State Parkway became boat lanes. Rescue teams launched rafts where ambulances couldn't reach. In some neighborhoods, people used pool floats and air mattresses to escape. Social media exploded. Videos showed children crying on rooftops, cars swept down streets, electrical sparks bursting from manholes. It was no longer about weather. This was a life-threatening urban disaster in real time. It started like any other summer day. Hot, humid. Sticky air hung over the East Coast. In New York, commuters hustled through rush hour. In New Jersey, families prepared dinner, ran errands, walked dogs. Then, at exactly 4:19 p.m., something changed. Clouds thickened fast. The air turned heavy. And then, like a dam breaking in the sky, the rain began. Within 15 minutes, over 1.5 inches of rain drenched the region. Another inch followed. In less than an hour, roads were rivers. Storm drains failed. Subways flooded. People were trapped in cars, on buses, even in their own homes. No alerts, no escape routes. No chance to prepare. This wasn't a hurricane. There were no sirens, no evacuation orders, just chaos. Within minutes, the skies opened, and New York and New Jersey disappeared beneath water, entire cities. Gone, no warning, no mercy. This is what happens when the system fails, and the storm hits hard.